This video today is all about street art of Oaxaca. Oaxaca is known for its food, but it's also known for its murals. Everywhere you look is just beautiful, beautiful murals. Now, this car is not beautiful, it is in the way, but everywhere it's just amazing. And I'm going to teach you all of the stuff that I have learned so far since my time in Oaxaca about the murals, about what it means to the culture, and honestly just to look at it, because boy is it gorgeous. So just to give you some backstory, each mural is painted by an artist. They would normally have their name. You can search them up on Instagram or Facebook or even the internet probably, but the colorfuls are always vibrant and so lush, and they're not very long lasting. And when I say that, I mean that every 4 or 5 years a new mural gets painted over. So your first thought is like, wow, well, how could they do that to all the buildings? What about the building owner? Artist does have to get consent of the building owner. So whoever owns this building right here, they go up to them and say, hey, can I paint this picture on your wall? I think this alleyway is a very lovely alley. And at night it gets kind of dark, but during the day, it's lovely. Sometimes they are commissioned, right? They do get paid. Some of the artists do get paid to put some stuff up. But most of the time, it's all for the love of the game. Now, speaking of the love of the game, this lady right here, she is a godmother of this place. She is one of the very first people to introduce the world to magic mushrooms. So she is lovely, and right above her is a dog. Enjoy your food, Maria. I'm sure it's delicious. Dog. That's one of those hairless dogs here. I don't know the name. Put the name like somewhere. But it is a dog that helps you over into the afterlife. Now, a lot of the murals have to do with death here. Oaxaca is really the birthplace of Dia de los Muertos. Now, I wouldn't say all of the murals here have to do with death, but a lot of them do. But here, death is very celebrated in a very happy part, as in they really do like their dead here, and I think it's great. So I wasn't even trying to find one with death, but as you can see, death is always around the corner. So you can see Dia de los Muertos celebrated on 2 days, November 1st and November 2nd. November 1st is a bunch of the young ones, and November 2nd is a bunch of everybody else. And fun fact, my birthday is actually November 2nd, so I have been really honed in with the culture here. I know you can kind of barely see, but there's a devil right here, and there's a devil on the last one that I showed you, and as well as these. So in the old school, traditional speaking, they never really believed in the devil, right? They just believed that when you die, you go to the afterlife, and then once a year you come back during Dia de los Muertos to visit your family once again. However, the devil did come over when the Europeans came and they tried to conquer Mexico, and it's really more of a playful gesture on the tradition, because if you truly believe in Dia de los Muertos and you're really in the deep in weeds and you research the day and the history of what it means, the devil wasn't really considered. With all that being considered, let's talk about colors. I love the colors here. They're very vibrant, they're very punchy, and they give life to little alleyways. So I'm a little alleyway right here. Probably shouldn't be back here, right? But the colors are just gorgeous. They're super nice, and they just attract you when you're walking these side streets. You just look down and you see, wow, that's a mural. Let me go look at it. Like, come on, just look at all this color. You have a nice teal background that's very punchy, and where the sun is right now, or the sun will be later, it just shines straight off. You have a piñata being broken, and a bunch of, I don't know what these are. I don't know if these are bulls or a bunch of something's coming out of it, and it wraps around the full building. I believe this is a cafe and a restaurant, so it's really meant to just attract the views, and I think it looks very attractful. But the history about this is kind of interesting. So the first deaf school that was opened up in Mexico was actually in Oaxaca. And they actually love their teachers here. So I think once a year, the teachers go on strike and they sleep in tents out in the street and they block traffic up until the education budget is raised. Now that I can support. But a very interesting thing happened in 2006. I believe the president of Mexico, or the governor, or someone in some political power, didn't really like it that much. So he got the police to open fire on some of the teachers, and I don't think it ended very well. Dios nunca muere. That means God never dies. I translated it up before I told you. And the colors you can see is very vibrant, very blue, purple, yellow, pink, red, and a bunch of all of these flowers. Now there's a story about these hummingbirds that I don't think I'm qualified to tell you very much, but I'm gonna do my best. Back in the olden time, there was this lovely couple that they were so in love, and the man had to go off to war. Now, when the man went off to war, he died, but he got reincarnated as a hummingbird. Now, when the woman, she prayed and prayed and prayed that she wanted to be with this man forever. So what they did was, what the gods at that time did was, they made her into a flower. And so now the hummingbird will always be near the flower. Now, there's no flowers on this one, but I'm sure we're gonna find one. And this is the flower that I was talking about. So she was reincarnated into this flower, he was reincarnated into that hummingbird, and they just are now always entwined. Speaking of entwined, this guy is entwined. He is a very known artist around here, and most of these murals that we have been seeing so far are by him. He's a very popular artist around these parts, and I don't know the guy personally, but I just see his name pop up a lot. His Instagram is him just following his passion. This is another beautiful mural. It takes up this full entire wall. It is gorgeous. Once again, death and the flowers. But I also like the colors as well. Just beautiful. Now, speaking of beauty, this is my favorite one of all of the murals here in Oaxaca. It reads, "The women have the power." It's a very feminist-centered mural. This lady here, she is a feminist. She fought a lot for the woman's power. Now, these mushrooms are magic shrooms because everybody does like shrooms here. It's a very shroom central place, but it's beautiful. The colors, the purple represents women. The blue just really stands out against the purple. And this tree is supposed to represent the hair. Staying with the theme of women, you can still see the hummingbirds all the way around. Now, lo siento, I do not know who this woman is, but I did translate this saying, and I'm going to read it to you now. "Well, what can I say, master, in your arrival? If when you look back, you left the seed sown of a more humane and more cultured society, well, with your experience, you knew how to guide." Now, I think this is like a very important figure in Oaxaca. I unfortunately do not know, but I'm guessing she's a teacher and she taught a lot. And I think she probably left this place better when she left because she probably taught so much.